Comrades, the Labour Party believes in the right to read and write. No child should go through primary school without learning to read and write. But despite our economic wealth, there are still many children who struggle at school because of lack of basic literacy and numeracy skills. Those children who do struggle, many of whom are from disadvantaged areas, should be given every support and every opportunity to allow them to develop literacy and numeracy. The most recent study carried out by the Department of Education showed that over 40% of students in disadvantaged primary schools had very poor reading skills. Over 60% had considerable difficulty with maths. This means that students are going on to second level without having achieved competency in literacy or numeracy, severely limiting their chances of success as they progress through their education. Poor performance in literacy in disadvantaged schools is linked to many factors, but it is made worse when schools can't reduce class sizes and provide proper learning support. Literacy problems are particularly acute in schools where a significant proportion of children do not have English or Irish as their first language. This is especially true for expanding communities in West Dublin. In some national schools in my constituency of Dublin MidWest, for example, up to 40% of the pupils will not be native English speakers. For many of these children, the decision to remove the cap on the number of English language tutors at 2 per school has come too late. The effect of this, combined with the lack of new thinking about how to tackle educational disadvantage, means overall literacy and numeracy rates have not changed significantly since 1980. The Labour Party believes in a new approach. We need all teachers to be trained specifically to teach literacy and numeracy. We need to measure literacy and numeracy annually in 2nd and 5th class at national level, collate the results and help individual schools to interpret pupil performance. We must provide children with the support and services they need to overcome literacy difficulties. For example, proper funding for psychological assessments so schools don't have to look to the St Vincent de Paul when the department only funds assessments for 2 per 100 students. It's the needs of pupils, not the number of pupils, that should determine the resources. Labour is committed to encouraging schools to develop specific literacy and numeracy projects, appropriate funding for family literacy schemes, removing the cap on English language support teachers, extending teaching hours for maths, and providing additional supports. Today, including in my constituency, many children don't have access to a local library. Labour is to the forefront, supporting community initiatives to improve literacy levels with the Right to Read campaign, spearheaded by Dublin City Deputy Lord Mayor, Labour Councillor Aodhán O'Riordan, that achieves City Council funding towards projects including homework clubs and greater access to libraries for children. The Labour Party wants a better future for all our children. The right to read and write is not just about literacy and numeracy. It empowers children and their parents to achieve their best potential in life. Thank you, delegates.
Senator Tuffy of Dublin MidWest there on Labour's promise to put more funding into our schools with a very